In today's episode, once you learn these life lessons, you'll finally understand what really matters. We'll explore ways to bring more clarity, calm, and mindfulness into your day. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the inspiring stories and wisdom we'll share next. There comes a time in life when you realize something profound. Your peace is worth more than your pride. Think about it. How many times have you wasted energy explaining yourself to people who were already committed to misunderstanding you? Silence, in those moments, is far more powerful than 1,000 explanations. And distance, though it may feel difficult at first, often brings more healing than any heated confrontation ever could. I want you to remember this. You don't always need to react. Walking away quietly doesn't mean you're weak. It means you respect yourself enough not to stay where your soul isn't valued. It's not about hatred. It's not about revenge. It's about self-respect. True strength is quiet. It's the dignity of choosing your well-being over chaos. Ask yourself this. Have you ever stayed in an argument just to win, but ended up losing your peace of mind? Or tried to prove your worth to someone only to feel more drained than before? That's when you realize silence is not surrender. It's strategy. It's wisdom. It's the art of choosing yourself without apology. And here's the truth. Your real glow-up in life isn't about showing others what they've lost. It's not about proving them wrong. The real glow-up is when you never look back, when you rise so high in your spirit that their opinion, their betrayal, their misunderstanding, none of it can reach you anymore. Today, I want to share with you 7 powerful truths that can shift your entire mindset and change the way you respond to life. These aren't just ideas, they're tools for freedom, clarity, and inner strength. So I invite you to lean in. Listen closely and let every word speak to your soul. Silence is not emptiness, it's power. When you choose silence, you are not losing the battle. You are winning the war within yourself. Think about it. When you fight back with anger, you're handing your power over to the very person who provoked you. But when you stay calm, when you choose not to react, you keep your dignity intact. True power never has to scream, chase, or beg for validation. The strongest people are often the quietest because they understand that self-control is more valuable than proving a point. Silence doesn't mean you're suppressing your feelings. It means you're conserving your energy for things that actually matter. Imagine someone trying to push your buttons, expecting you to explode, but instead, you pause. You say nothing. In that moment, your silence forces them to face themselves. That's not weakness. That's mastery. That's maturity beyond the ego. And silence isn't just about others. It's about you. It's a sacred space where you can heal, reflect, and hear your own inner voice again. In silence, you find clarity. In silence, you create a sanctuary for your heart, a canvas for transformation. Ask yourself this. How many times have you regretted the words you spoke in anger? And how many times have you regretted holding your peace? Silence rarely leaves scars, but angry words often do. When you learn to sit in silence, you're not avoiding life. You're respecting yourself enough to rise above the noise. That's why silence is not weakness. Silence is the highest form of self-control. And in that choice, you claim true freedom. Energy is the universal language. Long before you speak, people can feel you. They sense your mood, your intention, your presence, and sometimes even your absence. That's why your energy often communicates louder than anything you could ever say. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a room where no one said a word, yet you instantly knew whether the atmosphere was warm or tense? That's energy. It doesn't lie. It doesn't hide. And it's never neutral. It's either feeding you or it's draining you. When you withdraw your presence, people notice. Silence may confuse them, but your absence, that speaks volumes. Detachment often hits harder than confrontation because it forces others to recognize the weight of what they've lost. Your energy, your light, your presence. Energy always reveals the truth that words try to cover. Someone can say, "I love you," but if their energy feels cold and distant, you'll sense it. On the other hand, someone may not say much at all, but their energy radiates care, kindness, and safety. Which one do you believe more? Always the energy. That's why it's so important to protect your aura like it's sacred. Stop chasing words. Start trusting vibes. Guard your energy because what you allow around you shapes how you feel inside. And here's the beauty of it. Raising your energy doesn't mean burning bridges. It simply means letting misaligned people fade naturally from your life while you grow into a higher frequency. The absence of your energy becomes the loudest message you'll ever send. So the next time you wonder if you should explain yourself, remember this. Sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is simply no longer being there. Closure is one of the most misunderstood ideas in life. We think we need someone else to give it to us, the apology that never comes, the explanation that makes sense, the moment of fairness that finally balances the scales. But here's the truth. Real closure doesn't come from others. It comes from you. Waiting for closure from the person who hurt you is like waiting for the rain in a desert. It may never come. And even if it does, it won't bring the peace you're hoping for, because peace is greater than answers. Some people will never admit they were wrong. Some will never apologize. And if your healing depends on their words, you'll stay stuck in their story. Closure is about reclaiming your power. It's the moment you decide, I didn't deserve that, but I survived it. I don't need their apology to heal. I choose peace for myself. That's real strength. Choosing healing without needing fairness, without needing resolution.
Think about it. How many times have you carried pain longer than you should, waiting for someone else to fix what they broke? But what if freedom comes the moment you stop waiting? What if closure is as simple as saying to yourself, I'm done? Not bitter, not resentful, but free. Closure isn't about forgetting the past. It's about refusing to let it control your future. It's about rewriting the narrative so you're no longer the victim, but the survivor, the thriver, the one who walks forward with dignity. And that's when you realize the real closure you've been searching for has always been an inside job. Peace is not a luxury. It's the foundation of clarity, the anchor of your soul. Without peace, even the smallest problems feel overwhelming. With peace, even the biggest challenges feel lighter. That's why protecting your peace should never be optional. It should be sacred. Not everyone deserves access to you. Think of your peace as a temple, not a public park. If you let anyone walk in and out, bring in their noise and negativity, you'll find yourself trading peace for a false comfort or approval. But when you guard it, when you treat it as holy, you create space where your spirit can truly rest and rise. Protecting your peace means setting intentional boundaries. That could mean saying no without guilt, avoiding conversations that drain you, or releasing relationships that no longer align with who you're becoming. This isn't coldness, it's clarity. It's understanding that peace is non-negotiable. Ask yourself, how many times have you sacrificed your peace just to keep the peace with others? And was it worth it? Real strength is choosing the peace within, even if it means disappointing someone else. Protecting your peace also means protecting your time, your energy, and your purpose. It's about making space for routines that nourish you, morning stillness, a walk in nature, uplifting conversations, or filling your mind with positive input instead of endless noise. Remember this, rising higher in life requires space, silence, and alignment. Peace is not about escaping reality, it's about creating an inner environment where you can think clearly, love deeply, and live fully. So guard it like it's sacred, because the moment you choose peace, you choose yourself, and everything else begins to fall into place. Here's something we often forget. Your true power isn't in what happens to you, it's in how you respond. Life will always test you. People will push buttons, circumstances will disappoint you, and pain will come. But the difference between peace and chaos isn't the event itself, it's your response. Anyone can react, that's easy. But reacting often comes from impulse, ego, or old wounds. Responding, however, that takes mastery. Responding means pausing, breathing, and choosing clarity over chaos. It's not about suppressing your emotions, it's about guiding them with intention.
Think of the last time someone tried to drag you into an argument. Did you react out of anger and later regret it? Or did you stay calm, refusing to let their storm control your inner weather? That calmness isn't weakness, it's strength, it's maturity, it's self-respect. And here's the key. Your response isn't really for them, it's for you. It's proof that you are no longer controlled by your past, by your wounds, or by what others expect. Every calm response is a shield protecting your peace. When you choose silence, grace, or even a simple smile instead of anger, you free yourself. That's emotional freedom, when nothing outside of you can trigger what's within. You're not cold, you're just in control. Your response is more than a moment. It's a declaration to the universe that you choose clarity over chaos, peace over drama, wisdom over ego. That's where real elevation begins. So remember, you can't always control what life brings, but you can always control how you respond. And that response, that choice, is where your true power lives. Distance is often misunderstood. People think when you step back, you're being cold, detached, or uncaring. But in reality, distance is the silent language of self-respect. It's not about abandoning others, it's about returning to yourself. Healing requires space. You cannot heal in the same environment where you were broken. Just like a wound needs clean air and rest to recover, your heart and mind need distance from conflict, from toxicity, from the constant noise that keeps reopening old scars. Distance is medicine. It's a boundary. It's a sanctuary. When you choose distance, you're not punishing anyone. You're protecting your peace. You're giving yourself permission to breathe again. Think about it. How many times have you stayed in unhealthy spaces, trying to fix what was never yours to fix? Did it bring healing, or only deeper wounds? Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to step back, because in distance you stop performing, proving, or reacting. You allow yourself to simply be. And that's where clarity is born. In the stillness of distance, you begin to see things more clearly. You start to rebuild your identity from within, not from the validation of others. You process pain without distraction. You find strength you didn't know you had. Distance doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to create space for growth, for clarity, for peace. So remember this, healing isn't loud and it isn't rushed. Healing is quiet. Healing is still. Healing often begins the moment you choose distance, the sacred space where you finally come home to yourself. Think of the last time someone tried to drag you into an argument. Did you react out of anger and later regret it? Or did you stay calm, refusing to let their storm control your inner weather. That calmness isn't weakness, it's strength.
True power doesn't come from proving yourself louder, reacting faster, or holding on tighter. Real power is quiet. It shows up in the way you choose silence over chaos, the way you protect your energy like it's sacred, the way you decide to create your own closure instead of waiting for it from others. It's in the boundaries you set to guard your peace, in the calmness you choose when others try to provoke you, and in the distance you create when healing requires space. These are not signs of weakness. They're the clearest signs of growth, self-respect, and inner strength. Think about it. How different would your life feel if you stopped needing to win every argument, explain every choice, or chase every person who doesn't value you? How much lighter would you feel if you trusted your silence, honored your peace, and gave yourself permission to walk away with dignity? Transformation doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes quietly, through small, intentional choices that protect your spirit and reclaim your power. That's the kind of change that lasts. So remember this. The most powerful version of you is not the one who shouts the loudest, but the one who chooses peace in a noisy world. And the glow up you've been searching for begins when you no longer need to look back, because you've found something greater, yourself. If this message spoke to your soul, share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're protecting your peace, choosing silence, or creating distance in your own life. Your story might inspire someone else today.